What in the world? What in the world? What's going on, man? It's your boy Big Low Country. Hope everybody out there is doing good today. For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country. I'm just old country boy, former football coach that love to sit around and talk about sports. You could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you're here with us, and we definitely and greatly appreciate that. First of all,
You're here with us.
you're here with us. You're here with old coach and Coach Roni. Definitely and greatly appreciate that. Look, first of all, if you're watching the show after we've gone live already, make sure that you put a what in the world bow in the comments. Also, if this is your first time watching, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and also make sure that you share the channel. Make sure, once again, make sure that you share the channel with your friends and family. Well, appreciate everybody for coming on and chilling out with us tonight. We got a few things that we need to talk about, but we always got to show love to everybody who's showing love to us. So, Blitz is in here. He says, Marcus Mariota is a bum. Tell me something I didn't know.
Oh, my gosh.
What in the world, Bo? He started off on 10.
I agree. Tell me something I didn't know.
Deshaun says, Falcons going to knock Brady out. Mama said knock you out. Falcons knock Brady out. Mama said knock you out. What in the world, Bo? Hello, what's going on? Boomer the Falcons says, what in the world, Bo? Where's all my real Atlanta Falcons fans? Rise up. Let's get it. Go Falcons. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we finna do a little bit chopping it up, talk about this Tampa Bay game coming up, last game of the season. Bittersweet because we know that we're going to be going into the, this postseason. But, y'all know this is the time I always start getting down and depressed because I hate that I ain't going to have no Falcons football on Sunday. So, if you see old Coach Lowe wandering aimlessly, around your local mall, just stop and show some love to me. Say, hey, Coach, you're going to make it.
What else are you going to talk about, though? Not just that.
We also going to talk about your boy, Marcus Mariota. Agent came out and said that it's known around the league.
Are we just going to jump into it?
No, not yet. Not yet. I gotta.
Woosah.
Lord have mercy, boy. Goodness gracious. Grandizer says Q&A, Big Low Country and Coach Roni. How hard the dinosaurs bite? What in the world?
Okay.
I was watching the video about that right now. We on tonight, beloved. Hello, what's going on, Coach? Luther says Mariota mad because Coach Roni started that petition.
Was that me or was that you that started the petition?
Hey, Coach said it. He said you started the petition.
I just edited it.
Oh man. The Lucy says, good evening, Coach Roni. John Hickens says, Big Low, what's happening with you, man? Ain't nothing going on, Bo. We taking it slow like a cat eating a grubbing hole, Bo. So you already know what time it is. Yes, Sirski's in here. Xavier's in here. Much love to y'all, man. Much love to y'all. But we also got Douglas Farrington in here. Says, I'm a huge Falcons fan. I hope we win against the Bucks this Sunday. God bless. Well, look, man, we definitely and greatly appreciate you, Bo. Definitely and greatly appreciate you. Xavier is in here, and False Start Falcon. What in the world, Bo? Got Coach Wallace in here. What's good, Big Low? Go Dogs on Monday, back-to-back champs. Hello. Look, that's what we hoping for, Bo. That's what we hoping for. So, Coach Roni, do you kind of want to give us like a breakdown of what the news that transpired today? Like, tell me what happened today while the old coach was just working hard. I work with my hands.
You work with your hands?
I work with my hands. I be typing, working hard. But could you tell us what happened?
So an NFL agent came out and said that after the Atlanta Falcons benched Marcus Mariota for, Desmond Ritter, as we all know, they said that Marcus Mariota quit. That the Falcons haven't met with him since they benched him, and that his surgery was completely optional, and he was using it as an excuse. In fact, I feel like, never mind, I'm not going to say what I thought I heard, because the last time I said what I thought I heard, we're still talking about Arthur Smith and Marcus Mariota wrestling. So we're not going to get into that. But they're essentially confirming what we thought.
What did you feel like you heard?
I felt like I heard that Marcus Mariota quit on the team through text message. That's what I felt like I thought I heard.
Okay. So he hit that. I ain't coming back.
He broke up with us through emojis.
What was the emojis? A broken chain, sad face,
a knee, like your tongue sticking out, like nah boo kind of thing.
All right. Okay. So they said basically the surgery was optional, and it was one of those situations where he pretty much quit on the team. He took his ball and went home. Mm-hmm. All right. So I've had a few people hit me up today. I'm finna tell you something. Cliff Jackson from Facebook. He says Marcus Mariota in Vegas trying to get his backup job back.
Oh man.
You better hit the crouch table.
That's what I thought he was gonna say.
That's only
He's trying to turn that $10 million or however much he was paid into 20.
So everybody thinks like, hey man, what do you think about Marcus Mariota basically giving up on the team? I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. First of all, number one, I hate to be the guy to say it, but I told you so.
Oh, you should love to be the guy that says that.
I hate to be the guy.
That's the best feeling in the
world.
world.
Y'all know that I don't look. Over the years, as y'all known the old coach, when there's things that I know and that I said are gonna transpire, they transpire. No matter what, other people say is gonna happen. Yeah, I know. I don't like to say, I told you this was gonna happen, especially when it's negative. I don't like to be that guy. I think it's because I've received that a whole lot in my day-to-day life. Coach Roni, he always say, I told you so about the most random stuff.
Makes me feel good. I feel good. Baby, I feel good all over. I love saying it.
But the thing is that it's one of those situations where it's like, I basically I kind of told y'all. I told y'all as a coach, I told y'all this is the issues that I see, and I don't see it getting corrected.
Mm-hmm. Lowski said in the chat that Mariota couldn't throw the dice. Oh my God!
You got to get it past this line, sir. You got to get it past this line. Keep it on the table, sir. Keep it on the table. But so we go back through the season. The Atlanta Falcons, they played first game of the season, right? Coach Roni, you were actually playing some of the clips from throughout the season.
Yeah. I was going back and looking at some of the press conferences. So in the press conference after the Panthers lost,
yes,
he was really taking like ownership of the mistakes and saying that, this job is performance-based. And if he doesn't improve, then he has to understand that the league is based on performance, blah, blah, blah. He was really, he was making this grand speech. Like he was getting ready to turn over a new leaf and we were going to get a new quarterback or whatever. And then I clipped to the press conference where Arthur Smith was announcing that they were benching him for Ritter. And Arthur Smith said it was a performance-based decision. So just going by what Mariota said himself, and then how Arthur Smith announced it, Mariota should not have been upset if he got benched when he recognized during the Panthers game when a lot of Atlanta Falcons fans said he should have been benched, but they kept going with him. If he recognized during that game that his performance could bench him, why would he then be mad when a couple of weeks later he was benched for his poor performance?
Well, I've been keeping the buck with you. I didn't like the way Marcus Mariota reacted after the New Orleans game. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
So the first game of the season,
after the New Orleans game, the first game of the season, it's like I understand you're coming from a whole nother team. You never been a part of this rivalry. I understand that, but whenever you become a part of a team, you inherit that rivalry.
A whole other conference, right?
He come from a whole other conference.
So he probably has no clue about the depth of this.
He don't know about the depth. He don't know about the history. He don't know how much, we hate seeing Molly Mall run around the streets of New Orleans naked. Like, he
don't know how we had to have our hat in our hands when we had dinner with Q and Tramal stopped by because we just lost that game in their city.
Molly Ball came and brought the trophy, made me hold it. Like, he don't know about this. Like, he don't know about how this goes back. I understand that. But one thing that I can't rock with is that we lost. We blew a 16-point lead. And he's acting like he's just finna get ready to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
So what are you saying? What do you mean he's acting like? What did he do?
He didn't show any accountability.
Okay.
He was rocking. He didn't have any remorse. He was acting like he didn't feel bad about losing the game when he was the main reason, if we keep it honest and keep it a buck, why we lost that game. So that was the first thing to me. That was the first thing that rubbed me the wrong way, if I'm being completely honest. If you go throughout the rest of the season, whenever he falling down, getting back up, throwing passes.
No, he stayed down and threw the pass.
There were times when he fell down.
Yeah, you're right.
He's done a little bit of everything. Like, it was literally like the Three Stooges playing quarterback. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of these issues that he had, you could tell, number one, he didn't have any remorse. And you could tell that it was one of those cases where it was like, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. The simple fact that he left because he lost his starting job was made him think that he was untouchable. Whenever you come in thinking you're untouchable, you're going to be willy-nilly.
Well, here's the thing. He knew he was untouchable, right?
Yeah.
And he gave lip service to, it's performance-based. I got to do better. I understand what's going on. But he knew he wasn't going to be that Arthur Smith. If it was fully in his control, there's no chance he'd be on that bench. He knew that.
If it was up to Arthur Smith.
He didn't mean it when he said it. When he said that it was performance-based. He didn't mean that.
He didn't mean that.
He was like, oh, yeah, this is what y'all want to hear. This is what I'm saying.
I'm just going to tell y'all what y'all want to hear.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter is that, and somebody said it right here. Cliff Jackson said he got that Russell Wilson mentality.
What's that mean?
So you don't know. So Russell Wilson, number one, a lot of people don't know this. For the next 2 years, it's like $180 or $160 million in dead cap, and they just drop him.
Whoa.
Yes. Russell Wilson is legitimately the savior, was supposed to be the savior of the Denver Broncos. He has his own office at the stadium.
Wow.
Now he's playing like this. They need to kick him out of the office and put him in the janitor closet.
I dropped him from the fantasy team. Quick.
They need to kick him out of the office and put him in the janitor closet. First of all, Molly Mall says Mariota quit on y'all like a big girl bra strap. What in the world? And always clothes coming off of Molly Mall. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman check. Big Dumper says, hey man, optional surgery. Could it be he really is just going to another team?
Who would take him?
I wouldn't take him.
You broke up with your other team by text.
Like, I wouldn't take him.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, this is Coach Roni's. You can't believe, hey, Coach Roni, where do you verify your sources at?
I kind of don't.
You kind of don't.
It's like a birdie told me. I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
We got old Coach Padre in here. He says Mariota, he's drugstore cotton. Bottom line, he said he's soft. In the words of Kobe, SAWFT, soft. We got out of your Falcon mind in here. What's going on, man? Hope y'all doing good tonight, brother. Hope y'all doing good tonight. But look, the fact of the matter is that, and I'm going to ask the chat, is it one of those situations where like a lot of this blame goes on Arthur Smith as well? I mean, let's keep this a buck. Let's keep this 100. does a lot of this blame go on Arthur Smith from the way all of this worked out? Because Arthur Smith kind of set the precedent and kind of set the table on, making sure Marcus Mariota had a job. He announced Marcus Mariota was the starter, if I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of training camp, before he even had a chance to see what the young Thundercat could do. So my question to the chat is, if you feel like Arthur Smith had something to do with the way things worked out with Marcus Mariota, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like he didn't have anything to do with it and this is all on Marcus Mariota, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to know what y'all are thinking. Grand Dodger says, Three Stooges. Why I oughta. Oh, man. Deshaun, he agreed. He didn't show any guilt. Now, and like I said, I understand coming into the season, you might not understand exactly how this team, how much we hate each other. I completely understand that, but you're inheriting this rivalry. You're the starting quarterback for this team. So it's like, you can't just come in and say, hey, I mean, we lost. I just gotta, hey, it'd be like that sometimes. Like, no. He's sitting here talking to the people, hey, if y'all ever had the Oreo cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory, it is to die for. No, Bo, we just lost to our hated rivals. We got swept, and not only swept by the Saints, not only that, but we're going to talk about this, playoff contention. And to a certain extent, we lost it. Coach Padre says, hey, Coach, a conspiracy 0920 here. What if he was promised by Arthur Smith that he would be starting all season regardless of his play after a match?
Oh my gosh.
That's a Superman check.
After a match.
Okay, Marcus. You got my arm twisted, Marcus. I just have to do what I have to do. But I'm just being completely honest with y'all. Like, the way Marcus Mariota was playing, he was playing and acting like he was guaranteed to be the starter no matter what, right? And I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree with me whenever I say the offense looks better with Desmond Ritter. We wouldn't have won last week's game with Marcus Mariota. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to step out there and say it. I'm sorry, Coach Roni. I need some caffeine. We wouldn't have won last week's game with Marcus Mariota. We would have scored 13 points. He would have been missing receivers, and Drake London would have been out there rolling his eyes. I mean, let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah.
So let's see what everybody votes. So I said 1 if you felt like Arthur Smith had something to do with this, right? And I said 2 if you feel like this is all on Marcus Mariota. So JJ the Great, Coach Jalen, they both said that Arthur Smith, he kind of contributed to this. Ghost Pepper says Mari overthrow would have helped Ritter about as much as Peerless Price would have helped Broderick during his rookie year. Coach took it back with that one, Bo. Corey Harris. Coach Keith, they feel like Arthur Smith has something to do with it. Shouts out to Coach Keith.
Yeah, the Steelers are going to be playing for their postseason on Sunday.
Playing for their postseason.
Are they playing Green Bay? Is that who it is?
I can't remember who they're playing. I have to look it up.
Let me see.
Playing for their postseason. Mike Tomlin does it again.
Yeah.
John Higgins, he says, this is all on Marcus Mariota. Lowski says the press was wrong for asking Ritter if he talked to Mariota.
They're playing the Browns.
They already knew. Like, they're playing the Browns.
Yeah, they play the Browns.
Okay. Yeah, they know. Coach Grandizer, Coach Padre, they said 1 for sure. Johnny Rose Jr., much love to Johnny. I think this is my first time seeing you in here, Mr. Johnny. But he says 1. What in the world, Bo? Robert, he says 1. Cliff Jackson says 1.5. It takes 2. It takes 2 to tango. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it also takes 2 to wrestle. Dred says 1. Arthur Smith's play calling is trash. we all know that. Tremel Think says, let's blame it on Arthur Smith. I mean, we can't put it all on Arthur Smith. Do you, boo? FedEx Junior.
Me and Do You Boo put the emojis Mariota used to break up with the Falcons.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look at those emojis when I get down there. Coach Padre says Mariota out here like Rihanna. Good boy, go man. Coach Keith says, Coach, it's like us and Ravens and Kenny stepped up on our final drive. Hey, man. Look, y'all gonna get it done, man. Mike Tomlin, that's what he does. So, Coach Roni's, what in the world? Coach Roni's text emoji that Marcus Mariota sent was a football, 2 X's, a curse word, looks like a knee.
Yeah. 2 bionic knees.
2 bionic knees and injury emoji. And what's that right there?
A pregnant man.
A pregnant man? What in the world? For the baby. Having the baby, gotta go. Like, what? Oh, man.
And the peace sign.
Deuces. JJ the Great says Marcus, he lost his wrestling buddy and he threw a temper tantrum. Oh, my God, boy. Out of your Falcon mind says blame the Bucks for sucking it up. If they clinched earlier, Marcus is probably out earlier. I mean, and that's true. We know that it was one of those cases.
Yeah, that's true.
Where, they said whenever we got out of playoff contention, that's whenever, we'll look at a different option.
We kept getting false hope.
Mm-hmm. That Bengals game, that should have showed you right there where you're at.
Yeah. You do not want to play a real team. Our schedule was easy. There was a lot of teams we played with injuries, with holes that needed to be filled, and we still couldn't beat them. So when we played an actual team, it was embarrassing.
Yes.
It
was embarrassing. It hurt. Deshaun said, you got to put some on Arthur Smith. Molly Moss says, can we talk about the elephant in the room, though? Are the Falcons taking a step back into the Come on, bro.
Okay.
Come on, boy. If anybody's taking a step back, it's the Saints.
And if we're taking 1 yard, taking 2. How's Jameis doing on the bench down there?
Man, don't even get big key started on Jameis.
How's old Jameis doing on the bench? Dennis Allen good? Okay.
Do you boo says the peace signs, airplane. What's that right?
Look like luggage or something.
Look like luggage.
Or maybe an envelope? Is it an envelope?
I don't know. Brandon Levy says, okay, yeah, it says the Steelers at Baltimore.
No, it's not Baltimore, it's the Browns.
Okay, Keith said the Browns. Okay. Either way, it's gonna be a good game. Ghost Pepper says Arthur Smith could have moved on much sooner. Now, let me ask y'all this right here. With the way that you're seeing this offense perform now, and no, is Desmond Ritter, is the offense running up and down the field in the track meets like 2016? No, they're not. But this offense is looking significantly better. With the way Desmond Ritter is controlling this offense now, do you feel like we would have had a better chance at making the playoffs? I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. If you feel like we would have had a better chance of making the playoffs, put a 3 in the chat. If you feel like it's one of those cases where the same thing would have happened, put a 4 in the chat. Excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and put it on out there. I feel like we would have had a better chance. I feel like we could have made the playoffs. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on out of the water, Bo, head first. I feel like we could have made the playoffs if Desmond Ritter would have been the quarterback sooner. If he would have became the quarterback after that Cincinnati Bengals game, which I feel like it was evident, we would have had we could have at least had a better chance of making the playoffs easily. Dave Red Sports says, Big Low, what position you think we should go in the first round?
We don't talk draft.
Man, see, you got to catch me next week.
You don't talk draft before the season is over.
I can't talk draft for the season over. But definitely make sure that you tuned in because we're going to be doing a lot of mock drafts and we're going to be having a lot of fun with it. Brandon Levy says, Smith played Mariota far too long, gave him too much confidence. It was his job. You're right, Coach. I mean, you're completely right. I can't disagree with you. I mean, he was going out there like he was untouchable. It's almost like him and Arthur Smith's relationship was like that old not Keisha Cole's, Alicia Keys song.
What song?
Unbreakable. I mean,
Oh.
they was out here. They was out here looking like they was unbreakable.
Through the technical difficulties, unbreakable. Y'all know we'll be back next week. This love is unbreakable. Unbreakable. That's true.
Playing two pianos. Oh man. Coach Brandon said, look, man, once you throw a pass from your back, you should have gotten benched. Hello. Yes. 1,000 times, yes. My mom says, look, man, we need a hater button for Coach Roni. He says it's a Coach Roni hater alert.
All right.
Oh man, so Coach Brandon, Smokey Sinatra, not following directions. Out of your Falcon mind, JJ the Great, they all agree. They said, hey, it's one of those cases where we would have had at least a better chance making the playoffs if we would have made a change sooner. Go ahead, Coach.
I'm just seeing Tremel thinks he feels like we're not considering the fact that we were only projected to win 2 games and that we had the worst roster in the NFL.
According to who?
Well, that's the point that he feels like he's making, that we had the worst roster and we were only supposed to win 2 games.
That's according to him. He must not use.
Well, you know the critics and stuff were saying that we were only supposed to win 2 games.
Critics also said that Deshaun Watson is going to lead that team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The critics
also said that Matt Ryan was going to lead the Colts to a Super Bowl.
We were saying that we thought Matt Ryan was going to go off.
I think sometimes people put too much faith in people that are also guessing.
Yeah, they're guessing just like we are.
To say that we have the worst roster as compared to what?
Exactly.
Like based on what? Because clearly we don't.
There
are other people struggling more. And also the roster moves are about what the coach is doing, how he's utilizing the players.
Yes.
If it's a bad roster, but they're being utilized to their potential, even if their potential is not high, they're still NFL players.
Exactly.
So if it's a bad roster used to their potential, you can be the Pittsburgh Steelers and have a chance of making the playoffs and a winning record.
Exactly.
With what? Kenny Pickett.
Kenny, Mr. Fake Slide Pickett. Yeah, so it's like I feel like to a certain extent, the people who say, "Hey, we were only supposed to win 2 games." My rebuttal to that is based on what? Based on like who said that? If that's the case, we should only play 2 games and shut it down after that.
Yeah, because we're not. We're just gonna be easy win for everybody else.
Exactly.
There's no point.
Exactly. So yeah, I can't say. And then also you got to also consider is that as the season goes on, variables continue to change.
Yeah.
Look, last week we brought our whole family to the game. We thought we were going to go see Kyler Murray. Guess who we seen as the quarterback? I can't even remember the guy's first name. I just know his last name is Blau. That's all I know.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to see DeAndre Hopkins. We didn't see DeAndre Hopkins. So it's like as the season goes on, different things change. So now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Arizona Cardinals are going to have a higher pick than the Atlanta Falcons. And a lot of people thought that they were going to have the potential to make a deep playoff run this year. So, yeah, I really can't go off of that, Tremel, but, it's one of those situations, bro, to each his own. Grandizer, he also says 3 false start Falcons, also says we felt like we would have had a better chance to make the playoffs if we would have made the move sooner. Grandizer agrees. Alberto Molina says, I say 3. Arthur Smith changed Marcus Mariota after that Thursday night. We be in the playoffs. And I definitely think that's the case. Mr. Johnny Rose thinks that's the case. Boomer Falcon, he says, nah. He said, look, it is what it is. He says it is what it is. And I completely respect that, Bo. Ghost Pepper says, Coach Roni, Jameis is doing fine with his bucket of crab legs next to him on the bench. Look, we pick on Jameis, but one thing that we have to acknowledge is that with Jameis crab leg fetishes, he's in the best place in the country. They know how to season the crab legs down there in New Orleans, Bo. That's right, Brett. You got to play your best players, Bo. And I know that, if it's one of those situations where, they're not performing, you're going to cut them. Do you, Boo, say y'all going to the game on Sunday? Come on, Coach. We're going to be at every game. We're going to be there live in full effect. Trendy Clark says, I think we could have won the division this year with Ritter starting after the Browns game, to be honest. I mean, if we go back and look at it, Tampa Supreme says fire the cannons. I hear you, Bo. I hear you. Ain't going to be no cannons firing in the bins. You're just going to hear train horns. Burr, burr, burr. That's all you're going to hear. But, yeah, it's like if you look, there were many times where we legitimately had to take the ball out of Marcus Mariota's hands. Look at the last game. Last game, Desmond Ritter threw the ball, I think, 33 times. When's the last time Marcus Mariota threw the ball that many times? Arthur Smith legitimately trusts Desmond Ritter more than an 8-year vet. The guy was in college 2 presidential terms ago, guys. Come on. Like, come on. He's supposed to be the vet that knows the system, but if he's the vet that knows the system so well, why is he only throwing the ball 15 times or 13 times in the game? Meanwhile, you got this young Thundercat and Desmond Ritter throwing the ball 33 times, leading them to last second comeback wins. So you mean to tell me, based off of what we have, you mean to tell me that means that Desmond Ritter just wasn't good enough? Like he just magically became good enough after we got put out of playoff contention? No. You mean to tell me that Grady Jarrett was sitting there looking like he wanted to slap somebody and said, man, it's the same thing, different year. Things need to change. And that's whenever you decide to put in Desmond Ritter. Look, I've been a defensive coordinator, and I've been a defensive coordinator when the offense just ain't doing nothing. It's frustrating, because you're like, what are we even doing this for? Like if I hold the other team to 3 points and y'all can't score nothing, we still gonna lose. This is a lot of effort that we're putting into this, So I mean, it's tough. It's tough. This team on defense has held teams to considerable amounts where you could legitimately win games. I mean, let's be honest, man. Tremel Think says, let's see if Arthur Smith gets fired after 2023. We'll see, Bo. We'll see. I think he's going to be here, but
I don't. I think he's getting fired next year.
But
he's talking about this year?
Yeah. Well,
after 2023, so it'll be next year.
Okay, yeah,
it'll be next year.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see. We're going to see.
That's all about
it's all about how he utilizes his talent. Because this year he didn't utilize his talent the best way. I mean, and you don't have to be
a
football genius.
Year one.
I mean, I understand, Coach Roni, but you got to give the guy a chance.
I can't do it.
You got to give the guy a chance.
No, you don't.
Brandon Levy says critics thought the Broncos were going to be good with Russell Ski Mask Wilson. Broncos Nation.
They did. The critics said that they were going to be great.
Let's lose.
Oh my God.
Doogie Boo said ski mask off. Like, that's how he robbing the Broncos. Mask off. Mask off.
Don't use that. Don't use the future song. Oh my God.
Photo made back. I'll drive anything.
Oh my God.
Brandon Levy said some people thought Zach Wilson would be worthy of a number 2 pick.
Oh,
we see how that's working out.
Ew.
We see how that's working. Meanwhile, Brock Purdy is looking like he might take Trey Lance's job.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ain't he Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah, he's Mr. Irrelevant. Mm-hmm. He's looking pretty relevant right now as they go into the playoffs. So it's one of those cases where it seems like he might take the job. So yeah, I mean, those same critics, critics like your boy Skip Bayless, who, I mean, let's be honest, he just one word away from Shannon Sharp jumping across the table.
I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't even watch it. I could tell from all the comments that it got intense.
Oh, man.
And I was like, ooh, I feel like this is going to be very cringeworthy.
Man,
so I couldn't watch it.
It was crazy. It was. Shannon Sharp's like, yeah, so I just want to give you my opening monologue. I feel like Skip should have took it down. Skip, I'm not going to take it down. Shannon like, can I just get through my monologue? Skip, you just won't. I was like, oh. I was like, uh-oh. Uncle Shay, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, Uncle Sandy saying. What's going on, Coach Willie Doc? What's going on, man? I hope you're doing good. Coach Roni says, we always keep that same energy. That's right. We always keep it. We always keep that same energy, baby. Because look, we're going to be in the bins on Sunday, right? we gonna be there. So it's one of those situations where it's like, oh, you keep that same energy. I ain't finna go to the bins down and disappointed, right? Whenever I go to the draft in Kansas City, I'm not going down and disappointed. Or if I go to the draft at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I go to training camp, I'm not going to be down and disappointed. When I go to Terry Fontenot's house and play shuffleboard, I'm like, hey, Terry, baby, I'm finna bring the cornhole set to your house. I ain't going to be down and disappointed, baby. We going to be there, live and full effect. Oh, Brad Levy says, Russell, smooth Wilson, smooth criminal Wilson. Oh, man. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Do you, Boo says, what energy do you want, baby? What energy do you want? Brad Levy said, Russell Wilson stealing without a gun, Coach Ron. That's rough. That's rough. But, you know, it's one of those situations where everybody, it's like we're living in a microwave society, right? Because it's one of those cases where we think, okay, we added a quarterback. Now all of your problems are resolved. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. Everybody's not Peyton Manning. It's like, it's not always going to be like that. Hey, we got Peyton Manning on the Denver Broncos. Let's go win a Super Bowl. That's not how this works. You know, I mean, we've seen many times where you get quarterbacks go to different situations. Donovan McNabb went to the, Washington Commodores, and, they had a good defense. They had some receivers. They had a running back. They couldn't get the job done because it didn't work. Football is just like life. It's all about the circumstances. You can come in here and say, hey, I'm good at doing this, but if you're good at doing this and everybody else around you isn't as good at doing the things they need to do, it's not going to work because there's somebody on the other side that's trying to stop you. There's somebody, look, it don't matter if it's football, somebody on offense or you on defense, somebody's trying to work against you. It's the same way in life. Somebody's trying to work against you. At the end of the day, you could be trying to get this promotion for this job. Guess what? There's somebody else that's applying for that same job. Like, it don't matter. Somebody's always trying to work against you. You got to make sure that you elevate. And if you're in the right situation, that's whenever you take that next step. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Alberto, he says, hey, man, I just want to beat Brady. He's like,
man, wouldn't that be nice if the first time the Falcons beat Tom Brady is Sunday with Desmond Ritter? Yes. What would that say about like his future prospects? The fact that he could beat Tom Brady.
Man, that would be. I think that alone in my book, well, based off of what else we've seen, I think that would kind of solidify the fact that I want to roll with Desmond Ritter moving forward because, I mean, if you go get a Lamar Jackson, first of all, he never plays a full season.
He doesn't play. He gets hurt.
And I need a guy to play the full season.
Mm-hmm.
And
our last quarterback played every season.
Yes.
So we're used to having a quarterback that suits up.
Yeah.
Every game.
Except
one, right? There was only one game. Two. Yeah, so I can't go pay all that money for Lamar and then have him sitting on the sidelines.
Because he's good for a stomach bug or a cold or something.
Random stuff.
Random. He don't wash his hands.
Yeah, you remember we were watching some video And it was like during COVID when everybody was getting sick. He was like touching on everybody, touching everything, wiping his nose. I mean, he was doing all kinds of touching. Next week sick. Like, even if there wasn't COVID, he was around a ton of kids. Kids carry the most germs of anybody. And you just touching and sticking your fingers in your mouth. And then you wonder why you got a cough the next day.
Is that what Coach Willie Doc can tell you?
Yeah, exactly.
Coach Willie Doc can tell you. You wash your hands. Richard Young says, we cut Mariota, that cap space going up. Now, you know good and well Brandon Levy is already came with the scissors.
Brandon Levy said he cut himself. Mariota cut himself when he quit through text messages.
You don't know that man.
Put that out in the streets, guys.
You don't know that man did that. Coach Tony Wright says, Coach Lowe, Smitty came out with a video. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check old Smitty out, man.
Yeah, I saw his video.
Oh, you seen his video? Yeah. Look, man. Now, make sure that y'all look, there's a lot of good, positive content creators out there. Old Coach Smitty, Out of Your Falcon Mind, those guys got great questions. Twisted Torch, you know, ATLGA Faithful. Like, there's a lot of good, positive content creators out there, man. Y'all make sure that y'all check them out. Willie Doc says, Coach Roni, you must be sitting close. He said, I can hear your voice.
Y'all, guess what?
Real clear tonight.
Coach Lowe was like, here, baby girl, you can have a mic. I got my own microphone, y'all.
What I said, Coach Roni.
Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. You can have a mic. I was like, what? I don't have to scream from across the room? I can speak in a normal voice and people can hear me? He's like, yeah, girl, that's how mics work.
Shout out to Coach Roni for having the mic. Shout out to Coach Roni. Oh, man. Let's see. Tony Wright says, Coach Roni, I'd rather sign retired defensive end Derek Shelby than bring in Clowney, who would do nothing but play less and collect checks. I heard that Jadeveon Clowney said that he's pretty much out of Cleveland. Said he wants to play for somebody who believes in him. So I guess that $15 million ain't enough affirmation. Coach Willie Doc says, excuse me, veteran quarterback or a rookie quarterback to back up Ritter. Bring me a veteran quarterback to back up Ritter.
Like who?
Tyrod Taylor, Teddy Bridgewater. Bring me a backup quarterback that fits this scheme to back up Ritter that could teach him how to be a pro. Because, you know, just like that clip we were listening to a little bit earlier, Coach Roni, it's one of those situations where, you know, Desmond Ritter, they asked Desmond Ritter, they said, hey, so did you speak to Marcus?
Oh my gosh.
Did you speak to Marcus before?
I got it saved on my phone. I really wish that we could show it. He was like, did you talk the person like, did you talk to Marcus before? Did you know that this change did Marcus tell you this change was gonna happen? He was like, yeah. And then it's just like the energy in the room got weird. It got really weird. He's like, you know, I'm not gonna say next man up, but you know, this team will just do it. I was like so
he told me before he left.
Yeah, he said he told me before he left. It was like, how soon did he leave?
Like,
and
he coming back?
He said, and he told me I could reach out to him if I needed anything.
Like, why he
but on the same token, he also said in that interview, they asked him if if he had talked to any other quarterbacks or anything. He said no. And they were like, so who are you reaching out to for advice? And he was like, you know, I talked to some of the offensive linemen and I talked to the Logan guy that they just signed. It was like, why wouldn't you talk to Mariota if he wanted you to reach out to him if you needed it?
Yeah, you know, we just trying to get New Orleans, man. You know, we just trying to beat New Orleans.
He was really good with the media. He was really good at shifting the conversation. He couldn't talk to him because that man quit through text and didn't come back, cleared out his locker and never turned back. How much you want to bet he never told him to reach out to him? Or it was one of those reach out to me that people do when they don't really mean it.
Like, all right, man.
Yeah, just, you know, reach out to me if you ever need anything, knowing good and well I don't have your number. So how to reach out to you.
Oh, that Marcus did a Ritter we left with. Kevin Rose. They're like,
follow me on Twitter. Oh my God.
Oh man. Like, hey, Desmond, have you seen the baby? Like, nah, I ain't seen her. Y'all seen this?
Is that why he left so quick? Is she in labor right now?
I mean, because somebody said he had knee surgery. Oh,
now there's a baby?
I don't know. Okay. I didn't even know wife was pregnant.
y'all got his number? He said I could reach out to him.
I hit him up on Instagram. He don't
follow back. Oh my God.
Oh man. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. Oh, Will Doc says, and yes, washing hands saves lives.
Yes, wash your hands, people. Wash your hands.
Falcon says, hey, them coming out of the restroom at Quick Trip, fix a hot dog, they ain't washed their hands.
Exactly.
Boy.
And then Lamar Jackson be main one licking the utensils and eating all the hot dogs.
You gotta leave Lamar alone. You ain't gonna do that, man. Like,
wash your hands, Lamar Jackson, if you're coming to Atlanta.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, look, you gotta really wash your hands in Quick Trip bathrooms, boy.
I try not to fool with them. I gotta be in a desperate situation to fool with them hot dogs.
I gotta turn to a racetrack.
You know I don't like touching stuff.
Yeah. I can't do it. Brian Peoples, what in the world, Bo? What's going on with you, man? Told the right says old Marcus, he got in his feelings. Oh man. So Trabell Think says, so hypothetically, if y'all Arthur Blank, y'all firing Arthur Smith after the season, Lo, you talking about all this Ritter talk, but not including who's coaching them. I mean,
well, we're not talking about after this season. I don't think he's getting fired after this season.
Yeah.
I would love for him to. Believe me. Believe me. But I think next season he'll get fired.
I mean, look, it depends. It's one of those situations where if he figures it out, like if he figures things out, it'll be a situation where he keeps his job.
I was saying that this year. I was like, if he changes things up, if he recognizes, the adjustments he needs to make and make them, then he'll keep this job. But as we saw, he does not make changes. Like, he is stubborn.
Yeah.
Even if it's clear it's not working, he's stubborn. And I don't see why that would change from this season to next season. And his record is not strong enough for him to be stubborn. He doesn't have it supporting him to be stubborn like that. So I don't see that changing. And I see him still going into the next season, making some of the same mistakes.
I mean, I understand. Sometimes, like, some people, they make the same mistakes over and over. That becomes a part of their reputation, right?
Yeah.
Ron Rivera, he's earned a name, Riverboat Ron. He comes off the riverboat, one sock on.
Riverboat Ron.
Butt naked. I'm almost as naked as Molly Mall.
You said one sock on?
Yeah, he come
Is
off
that accurate?
No.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, you go on the riverboat, with a jacket and an overcoat on, with some, some nice jeans, black diamond jeans, and comes out one sock on. He even left his polo boxes on the boat. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got my first set of polo boxes. I don't want to share too much with y'all, but man,
so why are you sharing?
Them things is nice. I put them things on. I'm like, oh shoot!
Oh my god,
these things is off the chain. I'm like, you sure these is boxers? I was like, man, I want to walk to the mailbox with just these on. They feel like swimming trunks.
Like swimming trunks.
Oh man, Skylar Thomas says, me and Coach Smith the same age, but he looks 10 years older than me.
Boy, does he.
Hey, that man's stressed out. He being a head coach is a tough job. Like, he's aged in the last couple of years since he's been the coach. Like, it's a tough job. It's a tough job. I know I couldn't do it. I mean, just on the high school level, it was tough. Just imagine on that NFL top-notch level. It's tough. Will Doc says Coach Smith did at least do good situational management to not score too early and kick the game-winning field goal, unlike Ty Gardner.
Oh my gosh! Don't talk about that. Don't talk about it. That was so embarrassing.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
We got old Phil 413 in here. He says, Cowboys fan here, just tapping into the show. Support Big Homie. Much love to you, Big Phil. We appreciate you for chopping it up with us, man. That's that. Dun, da, da. Oh, I gotta give y'all that special.
Yeah.
I gotta give y'all that.
You got you some money. You gotta do something strange for a little piece of change.
I gotta do something. That's that. Dun, da, da. That's a Superman check. Appreciate it, my brother. We appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
I wonder if this is that Philippians 4?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think so.
413.
But yeah, Ramsey Ward, he's in here. He says, "What's up, Big Low and Coach Roni? Dennis Allen and Arthur Smith are undercover brothers since they both coach alike. They don't make any changes.
They don't make any changes.
I mean, I can't say that because y'all made changes when y'all played against us. You know, in the first game, like y'all made some changes. Y'all got the ball out of Jameis Winston's hands a little bit faster and came back for the dub. I mean, you can't. I got to acknowledge that. Brandon Levy says if he can coach Ritter up, he stays. Running game is solid. Now we gotta use the first round talents and add some more. And that's true, Coach. It's like the running game has improved since Arthur Smith has gotten here. I think the biggest change that he has to make, and me and Coach Smitty, we were talking about this the other day. The biggest change that he has to make, and also Uncle Steve, I'll make sure y'all check Uncle Steve out, man. Basically, is he has to let go of the play calling responsibilities. You know, if he lets go of the play calling responsibilities, and if we get a young hotshot, young Thundercat play caller, a lot of things will open up and a lot of things will change. But if he's bent on making sure that he calls the plays, he wants to make sure he keeps control of that, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because how often have we been in the situations where we've, been at the 1 yard line and we roll out. And it's one of those situations. We got to make sure that we, get things resolved. Falkstad Falcons in here says, hopefully this team will look like San Francisco. GM does a good job of personnel. Then in year 3, we start looking better. Remember, Shanahan just got above 500 this year. And that's true. That's true because I know a lot of people are saying, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Arthur Smith might be like 13-21. A good season, it would turn all that around. Right? It'll turn all that around. So, it's one of those situations. Brandon Levy says, polo boxes, it make you feel like a young Mike Tyson Beckford. Mike Tyson Beckford.
Mike Tyson Beckford. So a little bit of a fighter, a little bit of a lover and a model.
That's it. Oh, man. Man, y'all are crazy. Willie Doc says, is it play calling the issue or the person setting the table? And Dave Ragone. I think it's a little bit of both, Coach Willie Doc. I think you got to acknowledge that when Dave Ragone came from, it's not like that Chicago offense was legitimately blowing things out the park. Like, let's be honest. We got to make sure that we take things to the next level. Great coaches surround themselves with great coaches, right? Nick Saban. Look at the offensive coordinators Nick Saban's had in the last 5 or 6 years. Think about this. He's had Lane Kiffin, right? He's had Steve Sarkisian. He's had Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien, he's a terrible head coach, but he's a heck of an offensive coordinator. He's getting ready to get the old swindler Bobby Petrino. So, I mean, look, great coaches surround themselves with great coaches. You have to acknowledge that. So, it's one of those situations where, it's definitely true. Phil 413 says, he said, yes, Queen, you right on point. Philippians 4:13. But look, man, I got to give you something special for that. Got to give you something special for that, Bo. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman check.
So you grew up reading the Bible.
You grew up reading the Bible.
I'm talking to you, Coach Lowe.
Uh-huh.
What's in Philippians 4:13?
See, you gonna put me on the spot.
Something about like Jesus.
What Philippians 4:13?
I can do all things through Christ.
That's it.
What?
I can do all things through Christ.
Who what?
Huh?
Strengthens.
That's it. I remember that.
You're like, yeah, that's the one.
I remember that.
Amen.
I remember that. Well, the doc, he tried to help me. Like, I can do all things through Christ's strength. There you go. I remember that.
Okay.
What?
I believe you.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Willie Dart, yeah, he started off. He said, "I can do."
Exactly, I can do. I appreciate that, Will. I appreciate that, Dr. Will. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. So the thing is, moving forward, what we have to acknowledge is that, and I'm just finna go ahead and say it. This season, it wasn't a full. First of all, you had a lot of young talent that was cultivated, and I really feel like the way that the quarterback situation was handled really wasted a lot of talent and wasted a lot of opportunities for the team this season. Number one, if you look at Marcus Mariota, like I said, if you watch him after the press conferences, he really didn't take too much ownership. He started taking a little bit more ownership right before he lost his job. But the fact of the matter is that if you look at him and you look at Desmond Ritter, it's like two separate people. Desmond Ritter, he's a leader. He's involved with the team. Marcus Mariota, I think he kind of showed like where his chips are at. Marcus Mariota said, hey, he probably didn't think he was going to get this much money this season because Arthur Smith, like you acknowledged, Coach Roni, Arthur Smith, he already had him. It's crazy. I think he was already in Atlanta.
He was.
He didn't work out.
Already in Atlanta.
He was already in Atlanta whenever Matt Ryan was traded, and they just went ahead and signed the deal. And so it's like, just imagine this, guys. Geno Smith makes a fraction of what Marcus Mariota made this year. Mm-hmm. Who's a better quarterback? Right? Taylor Heineke makes a fraction of what Marcus Mariota made this year. Who was a better quarterback? For him to just up and quit on the team as a result of that, that's not going to work. And if they consider, and something else I want to acknowledge, I know the old coach caught a lot of flack for starting a petition, just like Coach mentioned at the beginning of the show. I caught a lot of flack for starting a petition, but think about this, guy. They were like, "Oh, that man, he just had a baby. How dare you do this to him?" Man, it's crazy how things come back around.
You were right. There's been plenty of things that you've said that you turn out to be right. You get a lot of pushback about, but you turn out to be right because you're actually looking at the game as a whole and not just making excuses for everybody.
Not just making excuses. So, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like they said, hey, he just had a child. How could you call for a man's job? Those same people don't know how contracted positions work. Marcus Mariota is going to get paid regardless, but it showed whenever he did lose his job. It's not y'all cared about Marcus Mariota
more than Mariota cared about y'all.
More than Marcus Mariota cared.
He broke up with you through text.
He broke up with you through text.
He don't care nothing about that team, and you could see it. Like you could see from the beginning of the season that he wasn't all in. And it was just little things he would say that really bugged me, especially like as I went back over some of his press conferences. And at the beginning of the season, he was talking about, yeah, I was out of football. I got beat up and bruised and abused. And I was just ready to go mentally and physically. I was just ready to go. And I'm sitting here like, well, wait a minute. Like, wait. You said you had fully checked out and you clearly are talking about, some lingering fear that you have from being hit in the game.
Exactly.
That doesn't feel like you're 100% in on being the lead quarterback.
You're gonna be our starting quarterback?
Yeah, like it seems like maybe you still have a couple of issues with the game.
You remember I said something to you about that. And meanwhile, you got Joe Burrow over here.
Yeah, and Joe Burrow, that's around that same time, gave an interview where they were asking him like, "Oh, you get sacked a lot." He was like, "So getting sacked is a part of the game.
I don't care about getting sacked.
I don't care. I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna throw the ball.
Get back up and throw it." So, I mean,
it's just looking at the mindset that he came in with was troubling to me. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he's a veteran. He's played the starting quarterback position before. He was he looked all right. He looked okay in preseason. Like he looked good. So I was like, okay, well, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. He'll be fine. But when he actually got out there, you started seeing some of the decisions he was making, and plenty of people, if you go back and look at the shows, because everything we've said is here, it's recorded.
Well documented.
You can go back and look at everything we said. There were many times where you were like, he seems scared.
Yeah.
Like he seems scared, afraid.
Yeah.
And that may have contributed to some of the poor decisions he made.
Yeah. It's like I told a story about whenever they would talk about snakes and I was scared. I couldn't speak yet because I was still a baby. All I could do was cry, but my action showed that I was scared, and Marcus Mariota's action, he's jerky. He's, it's like, is it that he just wants to perform that well? Like he just really wants to leave it all on the field, or is he just scared? Is it one of those situations where he's like, and this is $10 million.
Right. I got to get out here. I'm having a baby. I need to get this money. This will help my family tremendously.
Meanwhile, and I go back to it. The fact of the matter is that everybody who was talking about, how could you say, how could you make a petition for him to get benched, not for him to not get paid or not for him to, lose his job, for him to get benched. He makes $10 million this year. That's probably more than a lot of people make in their lifetime. So, and remember, he's played for 8 seasons. Marcus Mariota's good.
Regardless of how people felt about the petition, what happened immediately after that? He got benched. So clearly it was the right move. When they had that all hands on meeting for the Atlanta Falcons for all the coaches and the back office and GM, they agreed with you. So you can sit here and say whatever you want on, YouTube, on Twitter, whatever you want about that petition. You were in the same mindset as Arthur Blank, as Terry, as Rich McKay. All y'all clearly had the same thought that he needed to go.
Yes. And the fact of the matter is that it should have happened a whole lot
sooner. It should have happened sooner. There's plenty of people in the Falcons fan community that will say it was this game. There's plenty of games to choose from.
But the crazy thing is, Coach Roni, and shouts out to Corey. He said he's gonna be at the game on Sunday. Maybe we can link up, Bo.
Smitty jumped in the chat too.
Oh, Smitty's in the chat.
Yeah, Smitty jumped in the
chat. Big bro Smitty's in the chat.
Yeah.
What's going on, Smith?
He's talking about who that on the mic. Who you think's on the mic, Smitty? What other woman is with Coach Lowe at 11:03 at night, Smitty?
But it's crazy. What's crazy is that the same people who were saying it's disgusting that you would say that it's disgusting that you would say, hey, we need to do something as a fan base and start a petition. Who and also were behind Marcus Mariota when he was playing terribly, cussing people out when he was playing terribly, now they're like, man, this messed up. He just gave up on us, man. Like, he was playing bad. He gave up on us because he lost his job. Your goalpost is moving. The goalpost is on roller skates. Like, come on, boy. So it's just one of those situations.
You know who could have told you that?
What's that?
The YouTuber Big Low Kuntry, who made a whole video. It was like week 2 or week 3, talking about, is this your king?
Is this your king?
Talking about Mariota, saying he's not the guy. He's not the guy. And he proved that he was not the guy.
Hey, we told y'all.
You didn't need 9 weeks to figure that out.
Hey, we told y'all.
10, 11, 12 weeks to figure it out. You can figure it out from the beginning.
Smitty said, I got fired. I got fired when I said Mariota quit. Do you boo says the strippers, Roni. They ain't tell you. And Corey Harris, so you can hit my email up, biglowcountry@gmail. It's actually on my homepage. And we'll see if we can link up and try to do something. Ain't no telling where I'm gonna be at in the stadium though, because I be all over the place. Oh Terry, baby, he was like, hey Lo, let's link up. So I don't know where I'm gonna be. I don't know where I'm gonna be at, man. Smith said, hey, don't make him sleep on the couch. TJ Master says, Ritter, he gives me the water boy vibes, but as a quarterback.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. So the right says, hey Smitty, Julio and his crew, they trying to get in touch with you tonight. Hey Tony Wright, Julio coming to town. How y'all be partying.
I heard he wasn't at practice though.
Oh, you what? Oh, so you probably didn't, because he ain't gonna play because he's gonna be partying with Tony Wright all night on Saturday.
Got you.
Yeah, they're gonna be down there at Scrokers.
What?
At Scrokers.
Scrokers? Okay. Waterboy vibes.
Waterboy vibes. So what happens, Coach Roni? What happens on Sunday? Do the Falcons win? Do they finish the season out with
the Tampa is starting all their starters, right? They
said
they're starting everybody.
Yeah, they're gonna start them. They're gonna start them on. Because one thing that a lot of people don't know is that Tom Brady, whenever he gets in jump time or at the end of the season, he likes to try stuff to see if it'll work during the postseason. That's where he's different than a lot of other guys.
Got you. So he wants to use this as like a pre-playoff practice.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Whenever we played Tampa the first time, I don't know if y'all remember, we were ahead and everybody was like, why are they still throwing the ball? That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to try stuff because they were ahead by like a couple of touchdowns. Mm-hmm. He was trying different stuff to see if it would work against our defense. It was basically like a padded practice. So I think that's what he's going to try to do in this game. Just try different things to see if it's going to work.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like my fandom is taking over my ability to predict what's going to happen at the game.
What you mean?
I feel like I want them to win because we haven't beaten Tom Brady. So, and then I feel like the story will be so sweet if our rookie quarterback, who was denied his start, gets in there at the end of the season. His stats are improving every game, and then he throws his first touchdown to defeat Tom Brady. Isn't that a sweet story wrapped up in a bow like that? It
is. That's a Rudy-like story.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that's making me feel like I want to say that the Falcons are going to win more than I believe that they're going to win.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I think it's one of those cases where this game is going to be a good measuring stick. I mean, because it's like, so all this week, everybody's saying all the right things. Archie Smith is saying, hey, yes, we're going to play to win because it's disrespectful to the game and it's disrespectful to the players in the locker room. Mm-hmm. Just go out here and just roll over. Mm-hmm. The players are saying that. Grady Jarrett, Desmond, like everybody's saying like, hey, we're going to come out and ball out. But it's going to be it's going to be a huge measuring stick to show exactly how much these guys ball out. because if you get halfway through the third quarter and let's say we're down by 10 points, is it going to be the same sort of urgency, or is it 1, 2, 3 Cancun kind of situation? So if this team continues to show fight,
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
if this team continues to show fight, that's very encouraging for me moving forward, going into this off season, because look, I mean, we're here now. It's like I've started doing my draft research. I know Smitty has, and all of the other Falcons content creators have. So it's like, now it's time to see what we're capable of, because free agency starts in March. So, it's one of those things. Smitty says, Big Low, a celebrity. He's going to be in the suites with a hamburger and fries. So the right says, Julio having an after party low around 3 a.m. He wants you to come through tonight. He'll send the driver to pick you up. You see, Tony Wright probably chilling with him. How did he think about? How did he know that?
How would he know that?
How would he know?
Unless Julio told him.
How would he know? Tony Wright, like, hey man, come on, man. Invite my boy Low, man. He's a nice guy. He ain't gonna get in trouble, Oh man, Do You Boo says, man, the Falcons, they owe Shady Brady, and Julio them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
1,000 times.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Man,
we're long overdue for a win against them.
Yes. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Coach Roni. I think we're gonna get the dub. I think it's gonna be one of those cases where. What?
I'm just saying, we can also go back and look over all your videos. And you always feel like we're gonna get the dub.
I'm experiencing deja vu. I'm experiencing deja vu right now.
You've been off this season.
I have.
Yes.
I've been off.
Yeah, you've been off this season. Last season you were really good at it.
Oh, really?
This season you've been off, bro.
Man, it was. I predicted a dub every time.
Yes.
Show dub hater.
Yes.
Man.
Oh my gosh. I think you may have even well, no, I think you were always, we ain't gonna beat Cincinnati. You were clear on that one. And I think you also said it for Tampa, that we weren't gonna beat them. But I think everybody else, you were like, yeah, we got it.
Man.
And we were one Marcus Mariota fumble or interception away from some of those.
It was always something at the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was always something. I mean, even Drake when he fumbled,
Somebody mentioned your Drake video earlier and said that it didn't age well. The real was saying was saying that he said that Drake London draft reaction isn't aging well, and that's a great thing because it looks like London is a stud, and we got our new RB1 in the 5th round.
Hey, that is and like I said after the draft, I hope it doesn't age well.
You did say that. Even I will say this: when I recorded the video, nobody in that stadium wanted, and not because I don't think it was because anybody thought he was a bad player. I think the most that I was hearing was they were surprised we picked a wide receiver.
Yes.
I think that was what everybody's like, wide receiver? Do we really need a wide receiver right now?
Yes.
I think that was the biggest thing. But you did say that after it, you hoped that you were wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you were wrong.
I was
kinda, because he still need to hold on to that ball. As far as I'm concerned, I saw he ripped off them little sleeves on Sunday. He was able to hold on to something. He needs to keep that in mind for the future.
Well, I mean, I think I was wrong, and like I said, I think just going into it, I mean, because you got to think about it from my side, especially as a content creator. You do all these mock drafts and everything, and you're putting together different scenarios in your head, and you're putting it out there, and then, and then whenever it comes, you think, hey, this is what we need to improve this team, and they just completely go left.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's what everybody said. What?
Like, wait, hold on, what?
Wide receiver.
And like I said, it's like, yes, whenever the pick happened, I was like, man, I didn't want that pick.
I think you can hear me on the video, and I'm like, wide receiver?
Yeah.
Why? And I just start laughing.
Yeah.
Because it just seemed so out of left field. Wide receiver?
Man.
I mean, but he's looking good. He's looking promising for sure.
Yeah. But once again,
I can't wait to see what he does next year and see if he, learns how to hold on to that ball.
And the thing is, Coach Roni, it's another example of us keeping the same energy because you know what I'm saying. It's like it's one of those situations where we didn't like the pick, but we still love the team.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I think for me, I don't mind being wrong. I'm a human being, and I will be wrong a lot.
Yes.
And that's okay. Like, that's not a shameful thing for me. Maybe for some people, and I know for you feel the same way. For some people, maybe it's embarrassing or shameful to be wrong. But for me, it's just a part of life. You're going to be wrong.
Yes.
But I'll say this: if I feel something, I'm going to say it.
Hello.
Whether it turns out to be right or wrong, if that's how I feel, that's what I'm gonna say.
Exactly, because the people who are consistently wrong and then change their narrative.
Then change the narrative, right? Because they don't want to look wrong. They don't like that.
Yeah,
that's not us.
They have an inflated sense of self.
If they don't fire Arthur Smith next year, I'm gonna be mad. But I'm admitting right now that's what I want to happen, and I feel like that's what's gonna happen. We'll see if it turns out.
Well, it's like if they don't fire Arthur Smith next year, then it's a good thing for the team, right?
No, it's not. Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
But no, what I'm saying is it might be one of those situations where, the team is performing a lot better. So I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not going to go into a fourth season and the team is performing the same, at the same rate. Coach Smitty said Mariota's ego wouldn't let him be a backup again.
Yeah.
What ego though?
I mean, it had to have been some ego. He quit.
What?
There had to be some ego.
What ego? He was playing terribly. Like, did he think he was playing good?
No, in his interviews, even he was acknowledging, that his performance wasn't good.
So why did he quit?
I don't know. That is such a good question. I mean, he was acknowledging, but like I said, I think he was just looking at it now. I think he was just paying lip service. I don't think he meant it at all.
I don't think he meant it.
He didn't mean it. He was just saying something.
Nicholas Julian says, do you think we could have used Mariota as a second string quarterback and use him in some plays, like New Orleans uses Taysom Hill?
Maybe, but he quit. So who knows? Who knows what we could have done? We could have done, what is it? The Hawaiian special? The Hawaii, you know what I'm saying? The
Hawaiian punch.
The Hawaiian punch. There you go. We could have done that. But guess what? He left. He quit. So no, we can't do anything like that, Nicholas.
Kevin Solomon says, hey, Coach Lowe, think about where we would be without Drake as last season draft pick, especially since Kyle Pitts got injured.
That's true.
Well, I continuously go back to it, though. If you would have drafted someone else in the first round, you could have gotten George Pickens.
I don't know how I feel about George Pickens. And I had him on my fantasy team. I definitely feel like he's going to be a star and stuff. Something about his attitude I don't like. I'm not a fan. And I think for long term, it's not good. But ultimately, I'll say this. We needed a wide receiver. And yeah, we could have got one later. I think that's just what everybody said. That's what everybody feels like. But I'm glad he's here.
Yeah, I'm glad he's here too. He's a Falcon. And, like I said, we support the team. You got to love it.
People are giving names for the Hawaiian Hawaiian special.
Oh, okay. Ghost Pepper says the energy in Mercedes-Benz Stadium when we drafted Drake. Boy,
it was so low.
It was crazy. Boy.
It was so low.
DJ Shockley like,
it was like an awkward silence. Well, aren't y'all happy? Silence. No more flags waving.
Give it up for Drake London. Everybody, okay.
That was the energy.
Skylar Thomas, he says he quit because he didn't get his last payment from fumbling all those balls in the red zone. Oh man. Okay, so Nicholas says the Hawaiian roll special. Okay. Mandy says, Coach Lowe, could you do the Mike Davis 1 yard run, please? Of course we could do the Mike. 1 yard. That's it. That's it. Willie Doc says the Hawaiian Punch versus Felipe Frankfurter's play. What in the world? Frankfurter's play? What in the world? Deshaun Coswell says Algier 1,000. Yeah. That's coming. That's coming. Nicholas says on another note, other than Mariota, I feel bad for Grady Jarrett. This draft needs to be focused all on the defense. Yes, it does. Yes, he was a waste of money, Coach Smitty. Willie Doc says with Mandy, Mike Davis run for old times. That's that. Appreciate it, Coach Willie Doc. That's that. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Oh man, boy, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Totally right. Says Tyler Algier has exactly 900 rushing yards this season. But he needs. Oh yeah. He gonna get it. He gonna get it. Nicholas says, man, what about Ty Gurley scoring? We didn't need him to. Oh boy. Only the Falcons.
Falcons gonna Falcon.
Falcons gonna Falcon. Oh man, Raven Elder says, "What in the world? What's going on, Bo? What in the world?" Dwight Thomas says, "Mike Davis was a waste of thighs."
Thighs? Oh my gosh! Half a yard.
Oh my goodness, man! Last time I seen Mike Davis, he was in Baltimore. I don't even know if he was still there.
I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Smitty said, "You need to get that trademark."
Yeah, what?
I guess the run. I don't know.
I like the waist of thighs.
Oh man, Nicholas, he says, and Stafford come back the next drive and torched us, ate us alive.
Oh man,
ate us alive.
Ugh.
Raymond Elder says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you about Georgia versus TCU? I'm a little nervous.
Hey, and bear in mind with your prediction, the Georgia fans aren't going to come in as rowdy because they can't tailgate out there.
That's true. That's true.
So they're not going to be giving that same drunk energy and full energy. They're going to be hungry and sober in California. I don't know.
It'll be California. They probably going to be smoking that ganja. They'll be all kind of laid back. Go dogs.
The bark.
Woof, woof.
Woof,
Woof, woof. Go dogs, baby. But yeah, Raymond, you know what? I feel like Kirby Smart, he adjusts, he makes adjustments pretty good. And I think he's seen how that defensive backfield got torched. You asked Coach Roni what I said about that Georgia game. You don't remember?
Mm-mm.
Remember, I said before the game, I thought we were gonna lose.
Yeah, you did say you thought we were gonna lose.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna lose.
Yeah, you said Ohio State is good in the air and Georgia's defense is bad at defending.
I said it's bad, but
well, you said they had trouble.
Yeah, they had some troubles. Yeah,
and so you thought they were gonna lose. Yeah,
if LSU could have stayed in the game a little bit more, they would have ate us up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought we were gonna lose that Georgia game. But this game, I feel like Kirby's gonna make those needed adjustments. They probably working on that pass defense right now. And yeah, they're gonna be good to go. They're gonna be good to go. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 8.5 on the Richter scale. 8.5. Willie Doc says, and what does Marcus Mariota do when he gets the ball? What did he do? Ready?
Meanwhile, the whole time, Pitt, London, everybody on
like,
oh my gosh!
I tell you what, Coach Roni, throw one up here. Kyle Pitts. Drake London goes out, turns around.
Oh my
God. Y'all crazy, boy. Y'all crazy. And then he gets benched. He said, you know what? I don't want to do this.
I quit.
Like, what?
How dare y'all bench me?
I'm Marcus Mariota. Like, you seen how I had the bench rocking? Like, what? What are you talking about, Bo? Michael Vick 2.0 right here. Like, okay. Oh, man. Dwight says, hey, Coach Lowe, I can't get my hands on that shine because I'm in a natty. But I'm on that Uncle Jack. Hello. Okay. Hey, Bo. Don't let that Uncle Jack creep up on you now. You got to take your time with it. I was been talking about that Superman chat shot. Oh yeah, man. Yo, we on it. Ghost Pepper says Mariota quit because Arthur Smith power bombed him way too hard, way too many times. Like, Arthur, that hurts. Oh man. Kevin Solomon says breaking news: NFL reporter Ian Rappaport said they are fining Marcus Mariota for having some sort of pineapple solution on his hands, causing several fumbles during the course of the game.
Oh God!
Yeah,
look,
crazy.
That pineapple gets sticky though.
Yeah,
once it gets on your hands, it should have helped him.
Yeah,
pineapple don't even believe in him.
Oh man. Smitty, he says, how does Eric Harris catch the ball? Oh, my bad, he can't catch.
Oh my.
Eric Harris said, hey, y'all want some Dunkin' Donuts? I got some Dunkin' Donuts here. Y'all want some?
Well.
Coffee, hot chocolate, anything, tea. Oh man, y'all are crazy, man. Shouts out to Eric Harris, though. You got to give it to him. He is a professional, and he shows up and gets everybody. You can tell he's really working with that young secondary, and that secondary is coming along. So I think that's one thing that you gotta give credit to Eric Harris about. He's a constant professional, man. Constant professional. As much as a lot of content creators pick on him, he still show love. Raymond Elder says the Panthers game had to be one of the worst games I've seen a quarterback play. God, Jesus, take the wheel. It was bad. It was bad. And then what made it so bad, I was like, see, this is how it's crazy, because I was like, hey, Coach Roni, let's go live during the game.
Yeah, we live streamed that game, whole game.
Let's go live during the game, since it's on Thursday Night Football, just in case some people can't get access to it. Yeah. And boy, I was like, this had to be the game we went live to.
Oh man, I was loving it. I was loving it. I can't stand Arthur Smith. And I was just like, oh yeah, look at him. Look at your offensive genius. And I've been wanting Mariota bench. I was just like, yes, look at it.
Man. It was tough. Mom said, Big Low, you have to wear another Saint. No, I don't. What you talking about, Mom?
You already fulfilled that obligation. Done
with it. Matt Main says Mariota thought he was David Ruffin. You can't fire me.
Oh my God.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Desmond. I'm the one scoring all the touchdowns.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Coach Smitty said, hey man, I stopped there for a second. Have a great night. I'll see y'all Sunday after the game. Hello. All right, Coach. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Well, look, I appreciate everybody for coming on and chilling out with us. Coach Roni, one thing we forgot to do today?
What?
We forgot to ask everybody to hit the like button. We was having such a good time.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot to ask everybody.
It's like 30 likes. If y'all could hit your like button on the way out, we would definitely appreciate you.
We would definitely appreciate you. If you don't if you subscribed already and you need a way to express, uh, your level of disappointment in Marcus Mariota, make sure before you leave this stream, make sure that you hit that like button. Also, we hope that everybody has a great weekend. It's Friday night. Um, you know, so y'all enjoy your weekend. Don't try to do too much now. We're going into our last game of the season. Seems like the season kind of flew by. Every year, whenever the season comes, I'm sitting here like, man, boy, it's like we're gonna have football forever. 18 weeks of football, and now like it's come and gone. I thought about how we're gonna be up in the bins almost every Sunday, rocking it out. But now
with a ton of games.
With a ton of games, and now here we are. We've come to the end of the road. But as an organization, we know that this Falcons team, they're gonna be trying to work on being better. We got a little bit of money to make.
Kevin Solomon said, "Nights like this, I wish that touchdowns would fall. Let it rain, let it rain."
I still got it, guys. Nights like this, I wish touchdowns would fall. Yeah, that's right, Skylar. Yes, make sure that y'all hit that like button. Man.
Nicholas has a quick question on the way out. Who's the better coach, Quinn or Smith?
Woo!
He don't like either.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of either. Well, you know what? I think that's a good question.
Oh, con man Quinn. Oh, FedEx Junior Smith.
Well, so the thing is that
just like the company too. You don't get them packages from FedEx on time.
You gonna stop talking about it.
All right.
We try to get endorsement.
Not from FedEx. The check ain't never gonna get here. It's gonna keep saying delayed.
Oh, it's delayed. It's delayed in Dallas, Texas.
Exactly.
Like, wait a minute, it was coming from a G. Why is it Dallas? Don't worry about that.
Julian said Quinn blew leads and Smith trusted Mariota. Smith also blew leads. He trusted Mariota and blew leads.
Yeah. Smith, he blew his leads. He blew his share of leads too.
So who's better?
I'm gonna say Dan Quinn.
I hate to agree.
I'm gonna say Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn wasn't a stubborn.
Right.
And Dan Quinn made sure that he surrounded himself with
talented
with talented
the
coordinators.
Thing about Quinn is he acknowledged his flaws and put things in place to help
offset it. Yes.
Yeah, to offset is the perfect term. Yeah.
Yes.
He knew he wasn't the best offensive mind, so he hired literally one of the best offensive minds.
Yes.
I mean, he knew he couldn't coach and do the defense. Didn't he try?
He tried at the end.
Yeah, but
that was like the last.
Yeah, and that was the last
ditch effort.
Last ditch effort. But so he hired defensive coordinator. Like he recognized his flaws and tried to fix them. Arthur Smith feels like he's invincible. He's like some of these people here who feel like you can't be wrong, or else you're showing some sort of weakness.
Yeah.
He's just like that.
Everybody's wrong.
That's dangerous.
Yes, it is. Everybody's wrong. So I mean, I feel like Arthur Smith, like what he's done with the run game, I feel like you definitely have to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
So X's and O's wise, I would say Arthur Smith, but I mean there's a whole lot more to being a coach than just what's on the X's and O's. You also have to instill a relationship with your players. Mm-hmm. Like I said, you have to learn how to delegate. You got to know how to, put the right talent around you. And based off of how he started his coaching staff, I can't. I legit got to give that to Smith. I mean to Quinn, because Quinn he made sure that he kept talent around him. So yeah, I think I got to go Dan Quinn. And that's a tough one because Yeah, both of them hurt me. Dwight says, show Coach Low some love, people. And Grady smash Brady, please.
Grady smash Brady.
Hello. Oh man. Brian People says, I'm Marcus Mariota, and these are the Falcons.
Well.
Y'all gonna do this to me? Oh man. Well, look, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming on and chopping it up with us. Much love to you. Once again, y'all stay safe. Please don't
hit
do
the
anything
like
that I would
button.
do. Like Coach Roni said, make sure that you hit the like button before you leave. We would definitely and greatly appreciate it. This off season, we got some great things coming to y'all. We're gonna be doing some draft research. We're gonna be looking at some which moves can be made during free agency, coaching hires and fires, possibilities, possible trades, and things like that. So y'all make sure that y'all stay tuned. And yeah, man, we're just gonna have a good time. Y'all know here we just talk about sports. It don't matter what it is. We're just gonna be talking about sports. So y'all take care, stay safe, and we'll holler at y'all later on, man.
Bye.